welcome to PERMApowers podcast number 2. I am doing great today. I hope that you are too. Today I want to talk about flow theory, finding flow mode, and surfing the wave to really impact maximum creativity, efficiency, and operating at a super high level. So, man, the last week, well, really this entire year has just been so incredibly hectic. Like, I can't even believe that it's already October. I don't know about y'all, but man, I had some big goals this year, and it is so cool to see them all coming to life and manifesting in the physical realm. So I just want to kind of tap into like what flow mode is. I'm sure that you've heard that expression before. Lo and behold, it's actually an aspect of positive psychology. So I was so surprised learning about all this. And the reason that I want to study this and really tap into understanding positive psychology is because we, I believe, all have ways and areas in which we can improve, how we operate, the decisions we make on a daily basis, and ultimately how that impacts our world and society at large. So I will kind of just share from my point of view how I've tapped into flow mode and what I've learned, and maybe you can apply similar principles and ideas to help in those areas of your life. So I think first and foremost, it's like really important to understand what it is that lights your heart on fire and what you enjoy. I've been a part of like this, I guess you could say, minimalist movement for quite a while. There's this figure, her name's Marie Kondo, and she always says, "What sparks joy?" Now she's using that in the context of like what possessions that you own spark joy, because her whole philosophy is to like declutter, to get rid of things, to really like, have less distractions in your life so that you can focus in on what really matters to you. And while I am a huge fan of minimalism in general, and like that's basically how I was raised, my father was in the military, so we were moving almost every 2 years when I was a kid. Up until I was about 10 or 11 years old, did we finally stay in one place for about a decade. Well, like I stayed there for like 8 years, but still that was a pretty long time for me. So when you're moving that often, naturally you kind of just have to embrace the minimalist lifestyle because you aren't staying in one place long enough to accumulate a lot of possessions. But the beauty of this is like when you think about flow mode and tapping into that, what do we really enjoy? What really lights our heart on fire? And then everything that's not that, just subtracting it from your life. Like it's a simple math equation. I think I talked about this last time on the first podcast. But basically, like it's all about adding and subtracting. So yeah, you want to like recognize what it is that makes you really happy and that helps you achieve that, feeling and well-rounded essence of well-being. And so part of that is just eliminating distractions and really tapping into focusing like a horse with blinders on toward what it is you are super passionate about. And when you're doing that, that is when you can tap into what I call flow mode, or I shouldn't say what I call, what is called. But I think what's really special is that when you tap into this, it's like this high frequency vibration. And I don't know how to explain it other than when you're in flow mode, like I'm sure you've felt this before, like think of a musician when they're playing an instrument, Have you ever seen a guitarist just like riffing and freaking like, just feeling the vibe and love and like passion flowing from the speakers? Like, have you ever been to a concert where you can just see that they're totally in the zone? I used to date a musician, so that's why I was getting passionate about that, because I could feel that. Like,